Hello. Hello, Carol. How are you today?
Hi, Michelle. Dr. Michelle. I'm very good. Thank you so much. Yes, great to see you today.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, hello, our audience, and season's greetings. We are so happy that you joined us today for another edition of Elevate Your Life. As you know, I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Odette Green, and this show is all about educating you to reach new heights of success in your life and so that you can have more fulfillment in your life. And also, this is the Spanglish World Networks on Zingo TV, channels 250 and 251. And you can download the Zingo TV app on your respective app stores on iOS and Android devices. And while you download that app, make sure that you rate and leave us a stellar comment. And the app is actually free. And Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire TV Sticks, Roku sticks, and on all smart TVs 2016 and forward. And I'm so glad to have you here with us, Carol. I'm looking so forward to the audience learning more about who you are. We're going to be talking about the power of unlocking your gifts, if you will. And so, with that in mind, I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about you. And I will turn the floor over to you so that you can add more if you desire. I have a lot of questions for you today. Folks, you guys are going to be in for a treat. So I encourage you right now, before I introduce our wonderful guests, to go ahead and get your journal or a piece of paper, something to write with, a pen, something to write on, again, such as your journal, because this show is going to be jam packed. We're talking about really unlocking your gifts, the power of your gifts. And so, with that being said, let me introduce our wonderful guest. Yes, Carol is a certified bilingual counselor, an empowerment coach dedicated to helping first time mothers over 40 achieve balance, confidence, and fulfillment in their lives. Joined from her own experience as a mother at 42. And Carol, let me tell you, you don't look a day over 30. So to say your experience as a mother at 42, wow, that blows my mind. She offers unique insights into navigating the joys and challenges of motherhood, career, and personal growth later in life. And Kira, I love this so much through your Empower Mom coaching program. I love, love, love that. Carol provides personalized guidance tailored to the unique needs of mature mothers. Her approach focuses on building routines, boosting confidence, fostering resilience, and reconnecting women with their own personal aspirations, all within a supportive community. And community is so, so important. And Carol, I am so glad that our paths crossed, and I'm so glad that we had the time to spend some time getting to know each other over the course of actually the last couple of months, which is so good. And through that connection, I learned that you wrote this wonderful book, folks. She is the author of Gifted and Empowered: Secrets to Unlock and Use Your Unique Brilliance Confidently. And it is a powerful guide for women ready to embrace their potential and make meaningful contributions to the world. And Akira, I just want to say, yes, this is a wonderful guide for women, but men can also benefit from this book. So
Mhm.
I have had the pleasure of reading through the book, gleaning some powerful information that has impacted my life. I'm one who I believe I've done a lot, but this book has helped me unlock more of who I am. And so, with that introduction, I want to turn it over to you, Carol, and you can let the audience know any additional information that I may have left out. The floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. Yes, it's been great, definitely, to get to know each other. And yes, thank you so much for your introduction. That is lovely. And yes, so I indeed,
Mm,
I helping first-time mothers in their 40s and over even to learn to how to navigate I guess the complexities of motherhood at a later age, as well as the work life balance, and also if you're having a business, but especially also how to also make sure that you also achieve your own aspirations. So it is not that now life is ending and you have to put things aside or your own dreams aside, but actually it is possible when you have the right tools, when you find your own rhythm, and when you find the right, I guess, strategies that work for you, that are tailored for you. It is absolutely possible to do all of these things and still feel balanced and and um, and I guess fulfilled in life. And of course, as women, especially when we become mothers, we go up through ups and downs, and so it is very important to have a community of women who understand your experience, who have gone through the journey, so that you can also feel empowered to yourself, go and achieve the things that you want to achieve, and feel well and happy as a mother. So that's very important. Also to add, so in terms of, yes, the book, so I've written the book, which is called Gifted and Empowered, as you have seen. And I have to say that itself has been a journey, a long journey, indeed. And it's taken for me 7 years from the moment that I've wanted to write the book up until I actually completed. There are a few reasons, for this. Is one, because I became a mother, and I became a mother during the pandemic as well. And I guess what has been very interesting for me is that as I was learning to discover my own gift, and this is what really how it came about, how the book came about, is because I was trying to understand myself. I guess I was thinking there is more to life than just going to work, trying to do life, trying to survive. I wanted to live. I really wanted to live. And I know that through once we understand our gifts, once we actually can unwrap what is inside of us, then of course by using those gifts, then we are able to really make an impact. And I think this is really key for me. It's really through making an impact, through actually helping others, through doing things that are benefiting others, then we actually reap the benefits, and ourselves we become well, and we actually, I guess, are able to really flourish. And I think this is what for me is really key. And so, yes, so as I said, it's taken me 7 years because I was trying to understand myself. What are my
Yes.
gifts? What are the things that I guess are unique to me that I guess others may benefit from? And so it's taken a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of soul searching, a lot of understanding about, first of all, my natural gift, but also my spiritual gifts, which I may talk about a bit later. But it's been a very great journey, and I guess I last year I really then felt more ready to now start really writing about it, because having experienced um, understanding my gifts and using my gifts and understanding the power that it is, how we actually become I guess, empowered, and how we can empower others as well. The importance that it is so that we can lead a fulfilling life. So I did uh, write and complete the book this year, and I've released it a few months ago, so actually 2-3 months ago now. And it's been that itself has been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey. So I hope that, yes, my aim is that it helps other women, and as you said, actually men as well, because men have also purchased my book, and it's been interesting to get their feedback and to hear them say, well, you know that we also need to understand our own gifts, and it's actually very powerful. And having had the feedback, I guess, yeah, for me, I was focused on women because I guess this is my comfort zone in a way. Like I can connect
Right,
with
right.
women, but it's been so interesting to see that men also can benefit from that. So it's been great.
Exactly, exactly. And I want you to know, as I was reading through the book, and I know that you mentioned in the book, with for women, really is for anyone who's looking to uncover their gifts and actually give their gifts to the world. We're going to get into some of the quotes that you have in the book because I think they are so, so powerful. And so I'm so glad that you provided us with that overview of what made you write the book because I really wanted to uncover what made you write the book. And the other thing, even though it took you 7 years, you didn't stop. You kept going. And see, I think a lot of people, they give up on their goal because they feel like it's taken too long. And as you mentioned, that in that time, you actually were discovering more of who you were. And with the experience, thus, you could feel confident in writing this book and publishing it for the world because you went through the process to truly learn how to uncover your gifts and your uniqueness. And so I am really enjoying this book and seeing how your experience and the experience of others that you have put in the book has really been, I don't even know the real word to say here, but very empowering. I'll just use that word, very, very empowering. And so thank you, thank you, thank you for not giving up on getting this book done and getting it out to the world. And so I do want our audience to know where you are right now in the world.
Yes, so
Where
this
are
is
you
interesting.
physically?
So where am I? Sorry.
Yeah, where do you live? I want them to know where you
Yes, I am
live.
in the so I am in the United Kingdom, in London. So I was born in France, and about almost, yeah, over 20 years ago. So I decided that I wanted to learn English, and the best way for me to learn English was to go to the UK. And as much as my plan was to stay only for 3 months. Well, you see, almost 20 years later, I am still in the UK. And I guess it's interesting because, again, that's been part of the journey for me of growth. I've really grown. Going into another country in which I couldn't speak the language back then. And it's been amazing. It's been really, really amazing in terms of the growth and learning to, I guess, yeah, go into the journey and being trusting that there is a plan, I guess, for my life, and it has been amazing. So yes, so I am in the UK currently with my family.
Yes, I'm so glad. I wanted them to know we do have a global audience. This show is seen throughout 130 countries. And so I know people were like, I can tell she's from somewhere other than the States. So I just wanted you to share that with them. And I'm so glad for the World Wide Web because that's how we became connected. And
Yes.
listen, I feel like we already have a sisterhood from the time that we first met. So many of our concepts, our mindsets, they truly align. And reading your book, speaking of that, and really owning your story and having that growth mindset, you write on page 143 about your own personal experience as a digital systems analyst. I would
Mm.
like for you to talk about that a little bit in terms of you having that opportunity and then you really stepped out on faith and what that did for you in your life, if you will.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. So when so I studied international business first of all, and I guess when I first came in the UK, I started with different jobs. So I was doing customer service, I was doing all different things. But I think one of the things that I realized is that when I was younger, I've always had this analytical, I guess, approach to things. I've always liked to dig into, systems, solve problems. So it's always been one of those things that I've always enjoyed doing. And so once I starting with customer service, and then I went into doing client account management. So there's always been this talking to this enjoyment of helping others, helping to solve problems. And it's definitely one of I guess I will say even a skill, because I like to solve problems anyway. And I guess as I went on with different jobs, and as I did started to do also project management, I then got into it was in the corporate world. One thing that I realized is that as much as I like the corporate world, I actually enjoy more helping in terms of non-profit, in terms of I think I went away and I did like some mission work as well. So I'm more of a humanitarian. I like to work to help people more than I like to help, I guess, companies selling products. And it's fine. There's absolutely no, to each their own. So it was a great experience for me. But I think I wanted to be closer to people and closer to making an impact in the world, making a difference. However, I do it. So I know that for some people, it may be they think that making a difference is necessarily may actually mean speaking to the people, going into countries and helping, and I've kind of done that. I've done the mission work. I've done serving the homeless, and I've done things like that. So which I love, because this is something that I guess it's imprinted in me. I like to help people. I like to encourage people. But I guess one of those things that combining, when we talk about gifts and when we talk about, your skills, your passions, and your gift, for me, is one of those things that I like to use digital systems. I've always been interested in databases, softwares. So I've always worked as part of my roles with systems. And the opportunity came probably 6 years ago, where to work for a non-profit organization, which I had done before. I've worked for other organizations before. But this one, the role was for me, was just a perfect role, because it was the role of a digital systems analyst. So for me, it was working in the charity sector, but then still using my skills in terms of helping people to use systems, so training, troubleshooting, so like problem solving. And it's interesting because people think that's I've had some people saying, Carol, this is why would you be interested in something like that? Like, why do you like systems so much? You're uh, almost like you're odd, you're weird. But this is something I like. I like to solve problems. I like to look. I'm very curious, and I like to look for solutions. So yeah, so I got into the world of digital systems as a digital systems analyst. And what has been great is that as part of my role, I actually do train colleagues to use the system, and I do that globally. So I do it in all different regions in the world, so in different countries. And so I do, for instance, I do support people in Asia. I do people support people in Africa. I do people support people in Latin America, in the Caribbean, and in the UK as well. So it's very global. And I enjoy speaking to people. So it's almost like now I've got those two things that I love doing, is speaking to people. And I guess I kind of encourage, in a way, I empower people to use the system, to use the digital system. But I also have this thing where I can build relationships as well. I connect with people. And I've been, I guess, blessed enough to be able to travel, even to go and deliver training. So for me, it's always like, when you follow a path, when you follow the really what's inside of you, when you use your gift, you just don't know where those, using the gift can take you. It can take you really in different places. And so this is where I am now. I am indeed, yes, still a digital system analyst. I enjoy it. And I love speaking to my colleagues and I guess, yes, support however I can. So that's one of where I am right now.
Yes, and I absolutely love that. And just as the Bible tells us, and you have coined it in your book too, is that your gift will make room for you and will
Absolutely.
bring you before great men. In Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs 18:16, And that is so true. And years ago, when I was in my 20s, I remember my brother in law, he used to always quote that scripture to me.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I'm like, okay, okay, I don't get it. But then, you get those aha moments and it clicks. And yes, truly uncovering your passion, your gifts, they will make room for you. It's all inside of you. Like you said, in your introduction, I love what you said that your mom, she reminds you that everything you seek is within you. And I love that. And also
Mm.
just encouraging her grandbabies as well with that. And I'm getting my God bumps. I'm really getting my God bumps. So, question for you: what practical steps can someone take to uncover and clarify their own unique talents and gifts?
Yeah, so for me, there were so many things you can do, but one of the steps, I guess, I will talk about three steps. First of all, is
Okay.
to understand your strengths. So one of the once you understand your strengths, so what I mean by that is what are the things that you are good at, that you tend to excel at, and for instance, I think I had an example even in the book where, for me, one of the things is that my friends call me a social butterfly. So I like to socialize, for instance. And so that's a strength of mine, because wherever I go, if I go and take on the bus, if I go on the train, I tend to talk to people. I love talking to people. And so that's my strength. My strength is that I am, I guess, approachable, and I like to approach other people. So I am quite social. So that's what I would identify as one of the strengths. And of course, there are a lot of other things that you can do, so that you can find out. But what do you naturally kind of are good at? What are the skills? So we can actually talk about skills as well. Are you good at, I don't know, like drawing, for instance? Are you good at it could be really anything. So, but that's one step. So try and identifying the strengths that you have. So make a list. I would say try and make a list of the strengths that you have. And if you're not even sure about your strengths, you can always ask a family member, your close friends, about what they think are your strong attributes. So I will even say strong your attributes, really. And so another thing then is to try and, well, not try, but really identify your passions. What makes you get up in the morning? What really excites you? What really, like, whenever you think about it or whenever you talk to people about it, makes you smile, makes you really come alive. And so these are your passions. And so one of the things that I am passionate about is talking to people, is actually, as I said, encouraging people, is make people, one of my passions actually is to uh I don't know, like I said, one of my passions was to solve problems. It's something I really enjoy doing. It makes me, knowing that I can make a difference, knowing that I can help somebody, it's actually helping, really gets me excited, really gets me to connecting with people is one of those things. So in terms of your passions, is, yeah, try to identify really what really excites you, really what really excites you. And another step will be then your gifts. So, what are your gifts now? And when I talk about gifts, it could be you have a gift for singing. So, it's a natural ability that you have, that you don't really have to make much effort to do that. I do not sing, I do not have that gift. I can sing in a shower. It is great, but I will not sing in public, because people will mock me, because this is not my gift. But for someone else, it may actually be something that they are really, it's like an innate talent that they have, that really kind of, when you sing, people stop and want to listen to you. It could
Yes.
be even, I don't know, it could be that you have a gift for writing as well. So if it's an innate talent that you can, just like, give a message through writing, you can actually encourage someone through writing. You can really make a story feel alive. You can where people feel like they're in the story. That's actually like also a gift. So that's kind of your natural gift. And but there's also the spiritual gifts. And in the Bible, there are different verses that talk about the gifts. But you could have actually the gift of teaching. You can have the gift of encouraging, and I know that this is one of my gifts, encouraging. You can one of your gifts is to lead as well. So if you are a great leader, where you are able to take people with you, and actually where you have that influence, that, and I'm talking about positive influence, of course, because there are different, of course, that you have to be careful how you use your spiritual gift, because it can actually make people great. You can help people, like you can also, I guess, destroy people as well. So you always have to be careful about how you use your gift. But in terms of how to identify, is also asking people, also check, like, do you like have a prophet, like a kind of like the gift to prophesy? Do you have like are you able to interpret dreams? So it's all different ones that you have to try and really work through. So kind of go back to your life, go back to recent events, and see how maybe you may have made an impact. And that is the thing with gift. You actually give of yourself. You actually give, and people receive. So you impart something to others, and this is it is and your gift is meant to actually make a positive difference in the lives of people. It is meant to uplift. It is meant to elevate people. So that is how you can actually see about your gift. So this is for me the step that you will have to do. And one of the tools that you can use if you're not sure how really to do that is, as I said, you can ask, I guess, your family members. You can ask your friends, but you can also take personality tests as well. So if you're not sure, there are some very good personality tests that you can find online, and that can actually give you, I guess, an insight as to what your gift may be. And so, and I talk about it in the book. I've actually recommended some that are known and free to use as well. So I think that's one of the many different things that you can actually do.
Yes. Mm, quick sip of water there. So good, so good, so good. I love that. So the three steps, I'm just going to paraphrase them.
Yeah.
Uncover your strengths. You can ask people, or you can take a personality quiz and what have you, to uncover your strengths. What makes you come alive? What really excites you? And
Mhm.
really uncovering your gifts. Again, you can take personality tests to learn your strengths and your weaknesses and learn how they relate to different areas. And then you have those innate gifts, like you said. Just, you're a natural singer, you can sing, you've been singing when you came out your mama's womb. You can write, you can do art. So those are three things that you can start with. And I encourage you to get the book, because the book
Mm.
will help you work through all of that. And then you talked about the spiritual gifts as well. One quote that you have in the book, Pablo Picasso said, and what I think was so nice how you framed the three steps: the meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. And so I love that you
Absolutely.
put that
Yeah.
in the book, and really wanting to help people uncover their gifts. And I love how you talked about your gift is a solution, how you just explain how you like solving problems, being a problem solver. And so just talk about with us, before I ask you this next question, about just how your gift can solve problems.
Mm. Yeah, so your gift can solve problems in, I guess, because we all, I guess, struggle with different things in life. So, as human beings, we of course want to, I guess, live a good life. We want to feel fulfilled, but of course, there are certain areas in life where we struggle, and it may be very difficult to us as a person to, I guess, get to where we want to be. And so I guess for me, the way that I see it is that each one of us have certain, I guess, qualities, certain abilities, and I talk about then gifts that allow us to actually uplift somebody else. So, for instance, in terms of being our gift being a solution, our gift is meant to, I guess, be the missing part that someone is kind of struggling with in order to move forward in life. So it's like, when we see the body and we have our hands, we have our eyes, we have, I guess, all the different parts of our body, as we talk so often about the body of Christ as well. But yes, there are areas in our life where we may struggle. So, for instance, if I struggle and if I use the body again, so if my hand is really a struggle to, I guess, grab certain things, if I struggle to use my hand, then someone else, I know that someone else has got that solution to help me actually use my hands in a way that is going to really benefit me, my life, my going to benefit my family and my community, etc. So as when we have a gift, so we are meant to actually bring a solution to someone else, and so we then become almost like a, yeah, we are a helper. And so the way that you do that is actually like, it's just by activating your gift. It's actually just by using it, because sometimes we think that it may be even visible, but it's not always visible. You may actually say one word to somebody, and the word that you're telling that person may be that now that missing piece that they had to actually kind of unravel something that they were struggling in with, sorry, either mentally, or that that it gives them a breakthrough. And so that's the solution that this person is looking for. And so whatever your gift may be, whatever it is, healing, and I think sometimes it is that we almost bring healing to someone's, uh, I guess, kind of like, it could be uh, emotional struggle. Then it's what we bring. And so, for instance, I will talk me as a coach, even as a counselor. And for me, that solution that I bring is just being by being present. I am being present in someone's life, and when I come into contact with somebody, then the whatever this person then talks to me about, I may actually have this. I may have that solution that they're looking for by just being present, and I may then say one thing to somebody that suddenly unlock the thing that they've been struggling for so long. And it's happened to me so many times. Actually, I will tell you, it's and I think I talk about it in the book. Actually, I remember that I was going through a very difficult time years ago. I was going through a difficult time, and I went to take a train. So I was leaving work. I went on to take a train to go home, and I just went and sat down on the train, and there was this older man just sitting fine, and I was sitting opposite him, and I was sitting just, I don't know, thinking about all my problems. I'm not too sure what really happened, and he just looked at me. So he was looking at me, and I looked at him, and he smiled. But I don't know if there was something about the way that he smiled at me that I felt so, I don't know. It was so healing. It was actually healing, and I cannot even explain because he did not speak to me. There was no word, but his eyes, just the look he had, and the smile he gave me, just like, I don't know, like for days on, I felt like so more at peace than I was at the time, just before I met this man. And he did not speak to me, but just his presence brought something to me. And it was my solution was that I just needed that peace. I just needed to feel that peace to know that everything was going to be all right. And just the look, looking at me, I'm not too sure if he saw anything in me, but a couple of times I kept looking and I thought, oh, this is weird. I don't want to really look at him. But every time I looked at him, it just gave me this smile. But it just brought so much peace. So much peace, and I
Wow,
still
that is
remember today.
beautiful.
Yes,
Yes, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I get God bumps on certain things. I've gotten God bumps throughout this
yeah,
show. And so that is so good. And you do talk about that, and you talk about how if we don't use our gifts,
yeah,
basically how we're really, and this is my words, how we're really cheating people, if you will. On page 139 in your book, The Power Within Your Gifts, Untapped Potential. I do want to read this quickly for the audience
absolutely.
because I think
Thank
it's,
you.
it's so important. And what you say about this scenario is that this scenario is really mirroring distress endured by those who are deprived of your gifts. So his gift was to smile at you, and it brought you comfort and it brought you peace that
Hmm.
lasted for days. It wasn't just in the moment, but it actually impacted your life to where you can even tell the story today. And you
Hmm.
write here in the book, have you ever pondered the consequences if the sun simply vanished or if rain ceased to fall for years on end? We depend on these natural phenomena for our survival. Can you imagine the upheaval if they suddenly cease their roles? A sustained absence of sun or rain could lead to catastrophic outcomes. And
Mm.
again, you wrote this to depict that this scenario is mirroring distress endured by those who are deprived of your gift. And I loved when I read that, and it just
Mm.
resonated with me so much. If we hide our gifts, then we are selfish as far as I'm concerned because our gifts are not for us. As you coined so much, our gift is to be given away to the world. And so
Hmm.
I think what happens is that people get so caught up on how they look, how they sound, that it's all about them. But no, your gift is about helping other people. And so I think you've done such a wonderful job with this book. I just love it, love it, love it. How
Hmm.
important is mentorship or coaching or a peer support in maintaining momentum as you move through discovering your gift and activating your gift?
Mm. Yes, it is. It is very important actually to realize that you can not do this on your own. First of all, because once you start understanding your gift, of course, then you are meant to use the gift. But then it what is very important is to actually have people that can kind of give you the feedback as to whether which kind of lets you know, is it working? Is it, am I making a difference? Yes or no? And so having a mentor, first of all, someone who has been there, especially like if it comes to a gift that you're exploring. So let's say you are exploring, I don't know, like I will go back to the same, maybe singing, or you're being a poet, or you are I don't know, like really using your gift of empowerment as well, even as a coach. But if having someone who has been there, who has got the experience, who can actually guide you and tell you give you the best practice, give you the best ways of using your gift is so 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 important. Because how do you know like how well you are doing, or if whether you actually somebody, or if you're doing how you use your gift is very crucial, because you can either help someone or you can actually like worse. And so having a mentor who can give you the feedback and let you know, okay, so this is how you need to use your gift, how you can apply your gift, where to apply your gift, with whom, and actually go back to them and get the feedback, and actually where you can ask the questions as well when you feel unsure is very, very important. So having a mentor to really guide you through I guess that journey of understanding your gift, unraveling your gift, and using it for the benefit of others is absolutely important. But also, even if you don't have a mentor, you could have a coach who helps you who enables you, who gives you the tools and the resources for you to go out there and do it. So the role of a coach is really to facilitate, I guess, your gift, I guess, and to facilitate how you're going to do it. What are the direction that you want to take? How are you going to achieve that? And so that's the kind of the role of the coach. But also even the peer support, having people like, it could be again your close ones, tell and feeling like you can confidently try and use your gift in a way that, for instance, if you have a gift of I don't know, speaking and doing public speaking, then you can ask your peer support, oh, how well am I doing? How do I need to improve? How can I improve? So I think just having a network, having a circle of people who can um, take you to on that journey, who can actually tell you how well you're doing is very important, so that you can make sure that you do it well as well. So that's what I would say.
Yes, so good, so good, so good. So I have one last question for you, and then we'll talk about how our audience can get in touch with you. So, how do our gifts change over time, and how can we remain adaptable so that we continue to grow?
Yeah, so absolutely. So yeah, the gifts change over time because I guess uh, our environment changes. We mature as well. So what we used to do maybe 10 years ago may not be what we are doing right now. And I can totally give you an example for me where one of my gifts definitely has been where was to do to dream. So I used to do have prophetic dreams in a way. So I will have dreams and I know that things are happening. So that was like years ago. And I guess I was in tune at the time because I needed also like I guess, almost the confirmation that things are going to happen. But where I am right now, I would say on my journey with God is quite different because I am much more secure now in my relationship with God, that I don't necessarily need to have dreams to know about, to have insight on things that are happening. So I think where your journey may be is quite different. And yeah, so for instance, like public speaking is something that I wasn't doing definitely even 5 years ago, but it's something that I've started to do. So it keeps evolving as you grow as well. And I think it's very, I guess, important to be in tune and to realize that some gifts you may not use any longer because you discover other gifts as you grow personally as well.
Yes, so good, so good. Folks, I want to encourage you to get this book. And also, I do have a book as well. It's Elevate Your Life. It's really Be Successful for Life, Elevate Your Thoughts, Words, Actions, and Results. I tell you, the combination of these books as a Christmas gift would be so awesome because they actually complement one another. I will encourage you to go out and get Carole's book. You will thank yourself. It will change your life. And for this book, you can actually click the QR code or scan the QR code that you see there, and you can order this book. Again, I encourage you highly to get this book. It is worth every cent and more, and get it for someone else. Give it as a gift, not just for yourself, but give it as a gift. So, Carol, tell our audience how they can get in touch with you.
So sure. So you can get in touch with me on so either by email. So you can contact me at hello at caroledmonteiro.com. You can also go on my website, so which is my coaching website, which is mindfulteabreak.com. And you can find me also on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can just go to at mindful tea break and you can find me there, or also Carole D Monteiro, and you find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol, so much. This has been wonderful. I love everything about what you're doing, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming on the show today. Folks, we are at the end of this show. Go back and watch it again on YouTube. Share it with your family and friends. They will be blessed as I have been blessed. I want to thank you again for being here with us. This is the end of the show. The show can be heard on Spanglish radio networks, if you will. Please check us out on spanglishworld.ca for all the news and programming. Spanglish World, you can watch it, you can hear it, you can read it, you can download it, and you can live it. Have a wonderful day for the rest of it. Bye bye. We'll see you soon.